don't regret anything. I just know that when life is giving you the signals to pivot, you can't ignore them, and that's what I finally realized. Like last year I was trying to ignore them, but now I'm just like, you know, it is time. Like I feel ready and I want to give something else a go. Hey guys, welcome back to my channel and welcome to today's video. So I wasn't actually planning to film this video today. This is a very spontaneous video that I decided to film, and it has also been sparked by the fact that today I have found officially a first job that I'm gonna send in an application for. You know, diving straight into the deep end, I thought we'd have a chat about like jobs, why I'm looking for something, because I have alluded to this in my last few vlogs and also my chatty videos. But yeah, if you're a long-term subscriber, you'll obviously know me. If you are new around here, I'm Holly, and yeah, I basically share my life online. I'm kind of, well, I feel like I'm going through a quarter life crisis a year late. So I turned 26 last December, and I thought on my 25th birthday I was having a quarter life crisis, but like, if anything is a quarter life crisis, right now is my quarter life crisis. I don't know, sometimes I make out it's worse in my head than it actually is, but I definitely feel like I'm going through, you know, an unusual time for me. Like, you know, I'm really trying to find my feet and work out what I want to do in the future. And I have always said to myself that your 20s is the decade for exploring. I mean, you can explore and take risks whenever you want, but like typically it is in your 20s because, you know, you've just finished school or university and you don't have like huge responsibilities, so you can truly find like not only yourself and, you know, grow as a person, but also find out what you want to do in life, what makes you happy, what makes you tick. And I feel like I'm already going off on a tangent. I haven't planned this video as I kind of usually do with my chatty ones. This is, as I said, like a very impromptu video idea. I have been, that's Milka. She might have to join us if she doesn't stop crying. Milka! Okay, sorry, we're gonna have Milka join the conversation. Yes? You wanna join? Whilst my mind is very scattered, you know, I'll say like this video if you did enjoy it, and if you are excited to like follow, oh hello, the second half of my 20s, what I get up to, subscribe. You know, I'm still gonna continue vlogging my life and stuff like that. Milky, you have to sit whilst we're filming, okay? I'm not going to be sharing specifically what I am applying for or what I have been doing, because stuff has been happening. That's not the purpose of this video. I will one day share that stuff in vlogs because I would like to, and I think it would be relatable, useful. But the purpose of this video is to share like why I'm ultimately like starting my career now, we could say. For like the past 2-3 years, social media and YouTube has been my job, but recently I've come to the realization that I don't want this to be my full-time job anymore. Milka, this is an important part of the video and you are, you know, distracting the viewers and myself, okay? Can we have some silence and stillness, please? I kind of want to break down why I feel that way. And yeah, Milka, that's toilet roll, like, come on. You can plush the plushie, you know you love the blanket, come on. You're showing everyone your bum. Like, do you really want that on YouTube? I feel like a good place to start with this is to go back to when I originally started YouTube, and I did so just before I went to Cambridge to study for 3 years, and I simply picked up the camera and learned how to edit through my sister because I wanted to... so many distractions. Milka, you're gonna have to go out if you can't just sit still, and I don't want to do that. She's plushing the plush now. I don't think she quite realizes what we're doing here. I simply wanted to create videos to one day look back on as memories, and also because it was such a new chapter for me, like a huge change, and I knew that I wanted to improve my life because I'd struggled for the past 2 years at school with mental health issues, and it was simply a hobby for me. I loved filming, I've grown up dancing, I was a musical theatre kid, and you know, I wasn't scared on camera. I love that sort of thing, and yeah, I've just continued ever since to share me and my life and Holly's world. A lot of that at the start centered around me being a student and being at Cambridge, and that's what ultimately blew up my channel. You know, that first Cambridge room tour, if you watched that one and you were around back then in 2016, which is such a long time ago now, like honestly the biggest shout out, but like, you know, that was the video that blew up my channel. I was kind of like funneled on YouTube in an algorithmic sense, I guess, into the StudyTube community that was also born, and you know, student life studying was like my whole brand and ethos, and that is what I was about. And it was never initially like my full-time job. I was always vlogging what I was doing, you know, I was going about my life and I was documenting that. And then post uni, post my undergrad, I took a gap year, went traveling, and that was my thing that I was then vlogging. I picked it up a bit more full time, I had more time to edit, but I was still doing something that I could then vlog. Then I went back to do my masters, I was back to studying again, so I could film my student journey as a master's student at my desk here. I had a reason to film, I had stuff to film. And a lot of you guys could relate to that. You could relate to the struggles of being a student, taking exams, following me through that process and that journey. Ultimately, I was known for my studying, and then it became a bit more like productivity focused, and then it's branched out into my whole entire life. And I've kind of reached this point now when, you know, I kind of don't want to say it, but I feel like I need to say it. Like over the past few months, I just haven't been enjoying filming and posting videos as much as I have done in the past. And I know that's because I'm focusing too much on like this being my job and this being my main income stream, and feeling the pressure of, you know, wanting videos to perform well and views and engagement and numbers, and trying to beat algorithms, which I'm not successfully doing right now because, you know, I originally created Holly Gabrielle. Well, I mean, I didn't really create myself, my parents did, but my brand was about being a student and studying. And ever since I lost that, you know, I did reignite it when I was a master's student, but like, it's not been there since, and it will never be there in the future. Like, things have been slowly dropping since then, and last year there was like a big drop, and that's when, you know, I started to feel the pressure and I started to feel lost. I didn't know what to post. I was losing my sense of identity online. I was not really getting anywhere, and I think that's led me to this point recently where I've been like, you know, I don't really want to film because it feels like I'm posting something and no one's giving me anything back. Like, it's this space, this kind of empty space now, where I know a lot of you guys still tune in and watch me, and I'm so grateful for that, and you're here for me, but I've just lost that spark and that love that I originally had for YouTube and content creation. And yeah, I guess that is sad. It makes me sad, you know, to verbally say that, to have thought that myself, but it ultimately is the truth. This channel has always been like a very real and open space where I share anything and everything, maybe sometimes too much, but like, yeah, that's how I've been feeling recently, and that's why I decided to reduce my videos to, you know, 1 video a week, because I wanted to take a step back for me, to work on other things, think about what I want, and also because, you know, I just didn't feel like I should just keep posting for the sake of posting a video. You know, like, I want to post content that I'm proud of, that I've felt happy making. And don't get me wrong, like, I have really enjoyed the last few videos I've been making, but, you know, I haven't still got that same drive for content creation that I used to have. And I feel like that's just because I've lost like the reason why I'm filming. What, like most of the time, yes, I sit at my desk and I'm like tutoring or working and doing stuff like that, but I guess there's a limit to how much you can show, and I know you guys just want to see my small life, like my plain and not boring, but you know, my mundane life, just every day at home. But I don't know, something tells me that I just can't keep doing that. It feels too, I don't know, there's no value in that. I want to give you guys something, and I want you guys to be able to relate and give me stuff back, and I don't feel like I can do that in the situation that I'm in right now, you know, where like my whole life is for YouTube. And that's why YouTube, what once was a hobby, is not a hobby anymore. Like, it's got all of the pressures of adulting surrounding it and infiltrating it, sort of thing. Like, this is my job, my income, my life, and it's led me to a place where I don't like that hobby anymore. And I guess that's why often people say don't chase your passion, you know, like that is the downside sometimes to making your passion your job, because there will become a time, inevitably, or in most cases, where you lose that passion, you lose that love for the thing you are doing, because it's what you rely on for an income, for money, to live your life. Because yes, unfortunately, we live in a world where, you know, money drives things, you know, it's a capitalist society. So yeah, as much as I don't really want to play into that, like, you kind of have to. I feel like I'm being like sometimes too harsh on myself when I say this, but I think the reality is, as I alluded to before, you know, like my views, my engagement, my channel has been, I'm gonna say, dying a slow death, and I don't like saying that because I honestly feel like a failure. But yeah, like, you know, things have been trailing off slowly. I've seen that myself, you know. It's not rocket science to notice that or observe that, because I've lost my identity as a student, and because I guess, I don't know, you guys have grown up with me, and now you're probably all, you know, maybe my age, a bit older, a bit younger, and thinking about a career, a job, and yeah, I don't have that, so I can't provide necessarily relatable content anymore. And so naturally things have, you know, like dropped off. Again, being very real, like the amount of times recently that, you know, I've contemplated just giving all of this up and quitting. I don't like quitting, but yeah, I have thought about that quite a lot recently, like just leaving social media for good, which deep down I know I don't want to do. And if I get upset, it's because, you know, this has brought me to tears a lot recently, because I know that I don't want to do that, and I feel like if I walked away now, I would, you know, be quitting because like I've been forced to quit, when I know that I can pivot, and I still know that I think I can turn things around, and I want to keep doing this, even if, you know, it's just simply for a hobby again. Like, it's not because it's my job. I think I was saying I can't do this anymore. Not that I didn't want to do it, it was I can't do this anymore because, you know, I'm not a student anymore. People don't relate to me, you know, I don't have the views, the engagement anymore. And there are so many influencers in the industry now, and like social media has changed so much since I started. Like, I'm not an OG YouTuber, but I did start posting only long form videos on YouTube. But obviously now there's short form content, there's shorts on YouTube, you have TikTok, Instagram, all about reels, and you know, you have to be the whole thing. Like, I've heard so many people recently kind of in the space, or like dabbling in the space, wanting the lifestyle of an influencer and wanting to be an influencer. I mean, anyone these days can really call themselves an influencer, you know, if you have some followers. But like, I've heard so many people being like, you know, I'm stuck in this job, I'm doing social media part-time alongside, and I want to do it full-time. And I've also seen creators, you know, like leave their job, their 9-to-5 job, and go into social media and content creation full-time. Like, they've made that leap, and that's for them. And don't get me wrong, I'm so happy and proud of those people, because like, that's what they ultimately want. But then me, on the other hand, I'm kind of trying to do the opposite right now. I feel like I am, yes, an influencer or a content creator right now full-time, but I'm looking to not leave it entirely. Like, don't get me wrong, I have said I've thought a lot about quitting, but I'm not gonna do that. I do just need some time to work things out for myself, but like, I'm trying to do the opposite, you know? I want to do social media. I want it to be a part-time hobby thing again for me, because I want to work on me and myself and my career, I guess, and do something that I will enjoy for a long time, and something that I can have as a stable income and rely on, instead of having the pressure of creating content. Because like, I think some people, as much as I love making videos, like, don't get me wrong, I do love filming and editing, and it's something that, you know, I've worked on and I think I've made progress in. You know, I don't think I make half bad videos, but some people are just born to make content, and especially the content for like social media right now, so like short form and TikTok. Like, I'm never gonna be the best on those platforms, like, I just know that. And I mean, you should never cap yourself or limit yourself, but we all have gut feelings, right? You know, your gut is the second brain, and inclinations, and my gut feeling tells me that, you know, I don't want to do content creation full time. Like, I don't wake up every single day being like, oh my gosh, I'm gonna film so many videos today, edit all of them, post all of them, you know, and do all of that. Like, I just don't wake up with that drive or that motivation, and I never really have done, because what I've always preferred doing and loved doing is picking up a camera and vlogging like what I'm doing when I'm doing something, like whether that be studying or traveling, whatever it is. Like, I've had that thing that I can create content about, and now that I don't necessarily have that thing or too much purpose, like, I know I can plan things to do, and I can make myself busy, and I can set this challenge up and do that, but like, I don't do that. I don't feel the pull or the drive to do it. I thrive in busy environments when I have this to do and that to do and that deadline to meet and that thing to do for this person, you know. I kind of love that, because that is what drives me, that keeps me going. Whereas now for the past 2 years, like, I've really struggled with, you know, staying motivated, or, you know, like waking up consistently and early and getting things done, because I feel like, I don't know, I'm maybe just not the best being self-employed. I don't know, like, I just struggle to fill my day with stuff to do when it's all on me. You know, as I said, I do YouTube, so that's my main thing. Holly Gabrielle, I have Holly Jimia and Nana, but like, I just struggle when like I have to be the one to set deadlines. Doing entrepreneurial things, we could say, it has so many opportunities to scale and to make as much money as you want, and like, yes, work yourself into the ground, which I have done. You know, I set the bar very, very high, like if we talk about finances and money and earnings, really. And like, last year was very different to that, and that's why I ultimately felt like a failure, because, you know, I do everything for myself, and I had this quite significant like drop because of, you know, traveling last year, changes within my management, changes in my personal life, like me changing. And yeah, like I've blamed myself a lot. Like, I've been quite hard on myself, and that's why I've cried a lot. And there's also the whole like comparison to others, you know, like, as I said before, I'm so happy for those who've like transitioned from a corporate 9-to-5 job to social media full time. But, you know, I compare myself to those people. I'm like, why can't I do it? Like, why am I not making this work? And I think I've struggled a lot behind the camera. I haven't let on a lot because I just didn't want to be crying every video, and I didn't want everything to be negative. But like, this is the reality of my life right now, you know. I feel like I still like getting through a quarter life crisis. I definitely see the light at the end of the tunnel now, which is like really positive. But I know, and I'm really happy that I have pulled back and I haven't like pushed through something without giving me the breathing space that I need to like pivot and work on myself and find that missing piece of the puzzle, sort of thing. It's a whirlwind, really. And social media content creation, like, it's still a new industry, and a lot of people don't still see it as a proper job. I don't regret anything. I just know that when life is giving you the signals to pivot, you can't ignore them, and that's what I finally realized. Like, last year I was trying to ignore them, but now I'm just like, you know, it is time. Like, I feel ready, and I want to give something else a go, and I don't want to have the pressure of social media and YouTube being my full-time job anymore. Like I can't do that going forwards. You know, I want to have stability, I want to have other responsibilities, I want to build other skills and develop myself in other ways. That kind of sounds really weird, but you know, self-development, something that I was going to apologize about, but I've just kind of like rewired my thoughts and been like, Holly, you don't need to apologize about that. Yeah, I was gonna sit here and be like, I'm so sorry, I've changed. As a person, this makes me upset because like I'm so happy and proud of myself that I have grown. Like if you look back on yourself, sorry, I need a moment. You know, it would be weird if you looked back at your 18-20-year-old self and been like, you know, I'm still the same person, and you're not cringed out, and you're not wanting better for them. The only constant thing in life is change, and I have changed. Like, let's be real, I've grown so much. 18-year-old Holly, if you like think back or you throw it back to me then, I am so different to who I am right now. And as I said, I was going to apologize for not being that person that, you know, originally created content that like arguably more people could relate to and wanted and watched. Like the change I went through when I was traveling, and I was trying new things that was kind of very out of character for me. I know now, like, I'm not single anymore. I made all of those videos when I was single, and that was my single era, and I always said I'd never have a boyfriend and I'd always be a cat lady, and I know that's so different to who I am now, but like I'm so happy with who I am and like the person I've like grown to be. That's the thing that like YouTube and algorithms, they don't like give you the space to change. Like I don't know, I wish YouTube would have accepted the fact that I'm not gonna be the same person at 26. You know, like that's the reality of it. I feel like I've been battling algorithms that wanted to keep me the same and wanted for me to stay the same person, when, as I said, like if you don't change, I think that's weird and that's abnormal. You've seen, if you've been here for a while, like all of the changes that have gone in to make me who I am right now, and all of the things I've gone through. Like I've shared quite a bit of it online, you know, that's made me who I am today, sort of thing. And likewise YouTube and, you know, the past 2 years doing it full time, like I wouldn't be the same person right now. I wouldn't be sat here having this conversation with you guys right now had I not, you know, like done YouTube full time for 2 years. So I never have any regrets. It's never too late as well to change things. And yeah, I feel like the way I will finish this video is by saying like very directly that yes, I am looking for a job. One sec. I'm just, you know, I'm just ready to give something a go. I want to be open-minded. Like it would be amazing if I land something first of all that I'm like so in love with and it really fits me. I don't really know how these things work. Like this is a whole new ball game for me. I would love to take you guys along the journey. I don't think I'll be vlogging really in like real time, like film my week and share it if I have been applying for jobs. I just need the time and space to, you know, process these things myself. But yeah, I don't really know what I'm doing, like, let's be honest, but I want to give something a go and I am very excited. As I said before, like I'm not gonna quit YouTube, but just to make that official and to reiterate that and to re-emphasize it, I'm not leaving you guys. You may have felt a bit in the dark recently and I will apologize for that, but I think you will appreciate the fact that sometimes those of us who share our lives online, we need breaks, we need to take a step back. And yeah, as I said, like I know that I will reignite my love for this and YouTube and you guys when it becomes more of a hobby again and it doesn't become my whole income and my job, because that's when the pressure can eat away at your love for the thing. I also know that in me having something else, it will give me a reason and I will want to film more and I'll want to pick up that camera. And yeah, I you know, hope things will pick up again, you know, but if they don't, fair enough. I tried to pivot, and this is my next shot. This is the big new chapter on Holly Gabrielle. Share whatever you want down below, and as I said, remember to like this video if you enjoyed it, like it if you're excited, subscribe and hit the bell so you know when I upload, and as always, I will speak to you very soon in another video. I'll leave you with a blooper. Say bye, Minnie. Bye. Blow them a kiss. Ow. Why is it cool? Ow. My legs are so tired. Long to-do list. Tutoring at 12. My hay fever, did you know, has started already, and it's currently February the 6th, which I think is kind of a joke. When has there not been a video recently when I've not been in this jumper and like not crying? Come on. Come on, Milk. This cat, like, she's so picky and fussy. Like, calm on, man. Please, just sit.